We're so excited because today we are talking all about how to create Christmas books. We are just a few weeks away from the big day, and we're going to talk all about our favorite Christmas books. So if you're joining us live, we want to hear from you. Jump down in those comments and let us know what Christmas book should we be looking at this season to get in the mood for Christmas. I am joined by my fabulous co-hosts today, Amber Ardul and Elle Beaumont. Amber, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Excited to be here. Are you ready for Christmas?
No.
Not done with your shopping?
No. And we're doing it next weekend, so.
Oh, wow. Good luck with that. Elle, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Did you finish your shopping?
I'm pretty much done. Yeah.
Fantastic. I too am done and ready to go. I'm ready to jump in. We're talking all about Christmas books today. But before we get there, we do have a little bit of book world news to share with you guys and the brand new releases for this week. So, Elle, what do we have in terms of book world news?
So the book world is kind of so excited about this because the Wheel of Time actually just announced an additional cast members, and you can go to youngadultedition.com/news to find out more in depth about the names and who's playing who. But here on the screen, you can see the list of faces. And I don't know if you guys have read the Wheel of Time book series. I have not. It's been on my to-be-read list forever. But the book world is super excited about this because they actually included a key member of the story, and they didn't actually chop him from it. So they're super excited about that.
That's really exciting. If you have breaking book world news, we want to hear from you guys. We are looking for reporters right now. We're looking for team members. We are looking for content creators. We're looking for quiz creators. Come on over to youngadultedition.com/join the team for more information. We're testing people out right now, and dang, do we have some cool things going on for you. In fact, you can actually bounce over to youngadultedition.com because we're putting out new articles. We're putting out new quizzes. You've got to check these out. If you want to find out which book boyfriends you should totally bring into your Christmas party, or you want to find out which villains would totally destroy your Christmas party, head on over youngadultedition.com to find out more on that and join the team and be a member and be one of these people who gets to create these amazing things. Now, before we jump into today's conversation, we do need to let you know that there are some really cool new releases out in the book world this week. Let's take a look, and while you're doing that, let us know which of these books you're most excited about. If you notice, you can definitely see a couple of Young Adult Edition friends here with books out this week. Shout out to Megan O'Russell. Let us know which of these are you most excited for these books coming out this weekend. As always, this is presented by @theQDBibliophile over Instagram and on Facebook. Every single week, she drops the brand new book releases in the YA world, in the NA world, and in paranormal romance. So make sure you head on over to @theQDBibliophile over on Instagram and let her know that we sent you. She is starting her holiday early, so go spread a little Christmas cheer over on her page. All right. If you want more new releases from Young Adult Edition every single week, we update with youngadultedition.com/new-releases. You can check out the full listing of these books and the days they come out over on youngadultedition.com/new-releases. Are you guys ready? We're going to jump in. We're going to talk all about Christmas books. We want to hear from you. If you've got Christmas book recommendations or if you've got questions for us, now's the time. Jump down in the comments and let us know. We'll get as many answered while we are live on air today. And these fabulous people on screen with me also happen to have some Christmas shorts out for you. So, Elle, I know you've got a story before we dive in real quick. What's yours about?
So mine actually is available on my blog, and that is a Christmas short that takes place after Veiled Allurement, my Cinderella retelling. It takes place after that, and you get to see some familiar characters, and they're celebrating. Christmas doesn't actually exist in that world, but it's a Festivus of sorts that takes place there.
Fantastic. Amber, I know you don't have one out right now, but you may have one tucked away in your back sleeve. Any hints on that?
Not until it's done.
Oh, top secret. You'll find out here first. It's okay. She's here every week. For me, I do have a Christmas story. It takes place in my Jaded Duology world. It's nestled right between book 1 and book 2, and you get to find out what our main characters discover in the back room of a building that may have seen better days. Spoilers, so many spoilers. What happens when they find a box of old Christmas things? It's kind of a fun little bridge between the two stories and this lovely little scene between the two main characters, so make sure you check that out. We're jumping in and talking all about Christmas books today. We want to hear from you guys. Let us know, what are your favorite YA Christmas books? And let's jump in and have our conversation.
Yes. So, of course, we have to know, what is important to include in a Christmas story or a Christmas theme? Elle?
I think the important thing to stick with is something Christmassy. Obviously, like, even if your world doesn't have that, a Christmas in it per se, like my story doesn't have a Christmas in it, but it has like a winter solstice. It needs to reflect something that we in this world understand and know. Gift giving, the whole holiday spirit, things that we can, that resonates with us. I think that's very important. Just to come up with some crazy, you can, to come up with like this crazy, like non-actual holiday thing. I don't know. I don't think that makes sense. It's kind of a tough question. Like, because Christmas to us is like, just, we know what Christmas is.
Going off that, I kind of feel like for me, wow. For me, I think it's very much along those lines. There are things we kind of know as our holiday traditions and our holiday feelings, and like certain things that we do, the way that we do them, singing, caroling, Christmas trees, presents, baking cookies, like those happy, warm feelings, snow, the warm weather inside and the cold weather outside, which we know I don't like. I feel like if you pull little bits and pieces of those, you can kind of create your own Christmas. So if you do have a Christmas story, you can very much implement the things that we know and love and cherish as traditions in our normal Christmas. And if you are creating, like Elle, a similar Christmas, but not Christmas per se, you can kind of take those things and translate them into the world you're setting them in. So whether you're doing a contemporary Christmas or you are doing a fantasy or a futuristic sci-fi Christmas, you can kind of pull those elements. So in my story, I definitely pulled elements of what would be Christmas now that for them is Christmas past. And I kind of pulled different elements and educated them on what it was and how it worked and how it was different in their world. And then for Elle, I know she took a lot of those things and translated them into the fantasy world that she had created. And she made what we know similar to what they know, but changed them up just a little bit. Amber, how do you feel about this?
Yes, to what both of you said, but also I think it's important to include like small like traditions that like a family has that, everybody's Christmas looks different. We don't all do exactly the same thing. So I think it's important to give the character and their family or friends, whoever they're celebrating with, their own traditions.
Oh, I love that. That's so nice.
That is nice. That is nice.
Hey, stay tuned because next week, I'm going to tell you guys this a little bit early. We are having our annual Christmas party. We're going to be talking about our own traditions. So this is a great way to kind of tie these two episodes in together. So for those of you joining us live or on the replay, start thinking about your Christmas traditions. We're going to ask you about them next week. And then maybe we could talk about how we can implement them into stories because that'd be kind of fun, right?
Definitely. I'm all about traditions.
Traditions are good. We like traditions. Traditions are fun. So
Yeah.
I'm just going to like make a list for next week.
Make a list and check it twice.
Yes. Yes.
All right. So going on with this, and I'm going to actually get into this a little bit more when it's my turn to actually talk about this because you can world build so much with holidays and events and stuff inside of your story, whether it's contemporary and everything. But what is the best way, Amber, that you think is to world build with Christmas or, any holiday?
I think, you have the baseline of what a holiday is. Like for Christmas, you're going to have your tree, you're going to have your dinner, presents, stockings, all of that. And then, like I said, with the traditions, you just kind of like flesh it out from there. What do you think your, character would make? What kind of cookies would they make for Santa? Would they leave carrots for the reindeer too, or no? I just think start it, what everybody has, and then branch out.
Yep. What about you, Cam?
I agree with that. I really like that a lot. And I feel like building those traditions and bringing in the traditions that you have is really, really important. So I know for me, when I think about it, I'm always like cold weather, the Christmas tree, the sense of cookies. Like these things are very important for me when it comes to world building. And I know that that is the same for a lot of people, but not necessarily everyone. So as I'm world building for Christmas, I kind of bring in those elements that everybody's very familiar with, but then add in some other elements as well. And of course, mesh it with the world that I've created. So for me, it's really, really important to talk about the lights. It's really important to talk about the feel of the room or a party or whatever it happens to be. I'm really into talking about the sense of things. Because it really just kind of brings us all back to the Christmases that we have grown up with. And I think that's important for world building Christmases in contemporary books or sci-fi or fantasy or whatever genre you happen to be in. I think it's important to world build and put people into our own Christmases to get into someone else's Christmases.
And I think I'm going to add something. So I think that like part of creating a Christmas story is that you have to like invoke like the reminiscent feeling for people of like their own Christmases. So what you said.
I agree with that. That's a little
so
tie that up with.
Sorry, Maggie is.
Maggie wants to join the party.
Maggie's feeling festive. The cat is teasing her right now. Stop. So back to this. What I really think, and I agree with you ladies too, what I really think is important. Okay, I don't know about you guys, but I know New York and Boston have this huge tree lighting festival. New York has it. Boston has it. Boston
has every Hallmark movie.
Yes. And seriously, guys, but Boston has this tradition and everything. And I know we're going to get into traditions and everything next week, but that's something that you can. Maggie. I'm sorry, guys. They have this tradition of building this friendship with Boston because we help them and everything. And they send us their biggest, best Christmas tree. And that is what lights up Boston Common. But like something like that, build out your world, whether it's contemporary. If it is a fantasy, you can still build with that. Just take some of the traditions that you know and create this Christmas stroll or a solstice stroll. Like you can really take elements from the world as we know, like we said before, and create really your own tradition inside of your book, inside of your short story, whatever you're writing. You can really create your own traditions and Festivus and everything like that. And just have fun with it. Like really take your own experiences doing the holiday cookies, doing your Christmas tree lightings or strolls, caroling, whatever it is. You just take it and put it in there and create your own story. Like in Veiled Allurements spinoff with the Christmas story, I created a little party that had to do with worshiping on one night. And it really just became like a festival of sorts after that. And that was how I created that holiday tradition. And that's how you can really world build too and bring this world together and make it make sense. I'm sorry, that was a long-winded.
That's okay, but that's really cool because you actually get to bring all of that in and kind of tie your world together with the world that you're writing, which is also a nice little bow way to tie that up. Yeah, yes, look at us with all our Christmas analogies. We're just going to go with the Christmas jokes in next week's episode. We're going to wrap this one up, and we're going to move on to the next.
Ho, ho, ho.
It's going to be a thing. Guys, we're starting the party early. Hey, if you've got questions, now is the time. Go ahead and drop those down below. We would love to get those answered for you, whether you are live with us here on Facebook.com/KMRobinsonBooks, or you are on a replay here on Facebook or over on YouTube. We want to hear from you guys. We will be monitoring the questions and comments over the next few days and weeks, and we'll be making sure that we get back to you with all the answers ASAP. So hit us up. Let us know, what questions do you have? And if you're here hanging out, you're having all the fun, we need you to do us a favor. Bring your friends to the party. Let them know we're hanging out and make sure that they don't miss all the fun this week and next week when we launch into our annual Christmas party here at Young Adult Edition. We may or may not be a little festive next week. We may or may not have some Santa hats, elf ears, all sorts of fun things. Let us know. How should we dress next week? Jump down in the comments and bring your friends to the party this week and next week.
Okay, so moving away from so much reading and into publication, what do you guys think is the best time to publish a Christmas story? Pam?
Well, for me, as I'm studying the industry, I think it's really important to make sure you're out before December. Usually the best time I've seen is November. So if you kind of drop it somewhere a little bit before Thanksgiving, a few weeks before, somewhere in November, you usually get a pretty good readership through that because people like to read Christmas stories at Christmas time. You don't really get a ton of reads in the middle of May or in the middle of August. People want to be very focused on summer at that point and the other books that they're reading. So I find people draw really close to those Christmas books at Christmas time. All through December tends to be pretty good. But we also jump into the holiday mode a little bit earlier these days. So November happens and tends to be a great time to get those Christmas stories out there. And every single year I drop my Christmas stories for my fans for free over on my newsletter and on social media. I drop those in November to make sure people are getting their hands on copies of those. Elle, how about you?
You know what? I'm going to look at this a different way. As a reader, I'm going to look at it from a reader standpoint, and then I'll look at it as an author standpoint. So as a reader standpoint, I've seen Christmas stories come out as early as September to get like those reviews going and everything and get people like buzzed about it. But that's traditional, you know, that's a little bit more traditional stuff. As myself, I would really go for November because that's when you start getting into like the cozy weather and you just want to like curl up and read a nice winter theme or a schmoozy little love story. And honestly, that's when Hallmark starts.
We love our Hallmark.
I am such like a Hallmark nerd. Like I have a Hallmark shirt. Like this is my Hallmark movie watching shirt and everything. So like I'm totally all about November through December. For me personally, like that's my answer.
Well, okay, I'm going to say that November is probably the best, but you know, I am one of those people that's very leave each holiday alone so it has its space, okay? When the Christmas ornaments start coming out, like with the Halloween decorations, I get a little annoyed. But, so I mean, I guess you could, you know, get the book out in October sometime. But I personally would not buy, as a reader, a Christmas book until December. So I could read it at like Christmas time. And then as soon as Christmas is over, I would not buy it until next year as a reader.
Shame. I'm like alone in my like huge Christmas for me goes from like November all the way through January. So it's a 3-month thing.
I like to have my holidays left alone like Amber, but I also tend to most holidays I leave alone. I tend to start Christmas a little bit earlier just because you only get it for 25 days, guys. Come on. So I have it like halfway through November. I'm like, all right, I'm going to start watching the movies. Not all the time, but I'm going to start a little bit. So I kind of push it just a little bit into November for my Christmas. But everything else I leave alone. I'm just saying.
You can't like avoid the movies though on Hallmark and stuff. Like,
oh yeah,
they're there, they're in your face, and you're gonna watch them. Like
right.
I know my friend came down and we like just like binged them the whole time. So,
well, I mean, they put new ones out. You have to see them, and you want to see them when they premiere. Or you're gonna get spoilers. As if Hallmark has spoilers.
Oh, they end up together? No way.
What?
She moved her boyfriend.
They found the puppy. Oh gosh.
Two families become one.
We discovered the true meaning of Christmas.
While baking cookies.
gonna do a bonus episode of Young Adult Edition one of these days, and we're just gonna talk about Hallmark movies.
Yeah.
If you want to come join us, let us know. We might actually do it.
Okay, we tease, but me and KM love Hallmark movies, so like.
No, we sit and watch them together, and we text from our houses 8 hours apart, and we will watch them together. We're gonna rope Amber in on this one too. It's gonna be fun.
Yep. That'll be fun. It will be fun. Okay, not to like get totally sidetracked here, because we did. We derailed.
Tie it back in. We can tie it back in. Best ways to watch TV shows are together. Best ways too.
Okay. All right. We didn't completely derail the Polar Express.
Yes.
All right, guys. What is the best way to read a Christmas story? And we'll start with you, Amber. What is the best way you think?
I think curled up under a nice fuzzy blanket and with the Christmas lights on.
Yes. What about you, Cam?
I want to be like on a comfy couch or on a comfy bed, and I want to be near a Christmas tree with the lights on and the rest of the room dimmer. And I want to smell Christmas cookies, and those are my big staples. I want my Christmas tree lights on. There can be like twinkle lights around the room, rest of the room dimmed, and the smell of Christmas cookies. That makes me happy. How about you, Elle?
I'm going to say I really want. I saw the store yesterday. They had these amazing, like, comfy adult one-piece pajamas that had hoods on them. I really want to get myself one of those and just curl up in that, like, in the corner of my couch, wrapped up in one of my blankets, with the Christmas tree lights on to give it like a nice soft glow. I have a real tree, so it smells like pine and everything, which makes me sneeze and everything, but I do love the smell still. I still love it because it's so Christmassy. But that is what I love, like just curling up. Today it's rainy, it's foggy, it's like the perfect read a Christmas story in the nook of my couch kind of day.
That's awesome. I love that. Let us know, guys. We would love to hear from you. What is the best way to read Christmas stories? And if you have a favorite Christmas story, give us a shout out. We would love to hear from you guys and check out the Christmas stories that you love. Before we wrap up today, we are going to get to everybody's favorite part of the show, and we're taking it away.
Let's have that. So the first one is, when you're reading a Christmas story, would you rather be eating cookies or drinking hot chocolate? Pam?
I'll go first. This is exciting because I have a very clear answer to this one. I don't drink hot chocolate. I'm not a chocolate girl. So give me the cookies. Cookies are good. I love my cookies. I love decorating cookies. I love eating cookies, doing all the fun baking with the cookies. Give me the cookies.
I'm going to say hot chocolate because unless it's like a particular kind of cookie, I'm very picky about my cookies.
I'm going to say hot chocolate too because it's more like comforting, and also I don't want crumbs on my book.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or e-reader. Like,
listen, you hold the book over here, you eat over here. You can you got
No
this.
way. I'm going to be like in my little nest reading my book. I don't want to be like
I'm going to have my hood up with my little ears because I'm going to get...
And this is all going to be awesome until you guys spill your hot chocolate all over your jammies.
Well, you know what? That's why I have a sippy cup.
If they have travel mugs, we're good.
Okay.
Pajamas and I'm drinking out of my sippy cup.
Well, I know what I'm getting you guys for Christmas.
Oh my goodness. Okay, the next one. Would you rather read a Christmas book around Christmas, or would you rather read it in the summer to get the feel back of the happy holidays? Cam?
No, I don't like reading Christmas books during summer. I definitely had a Christmas book that was disguised as not a Christmas book that I read during the summer, and I was not about that. Give me my Christmas books in the winter, in December, when there's snow out, even though I don't like it. I want the Christmas vibes if I'm going to be reading the Christmas stories, and you can't even pull that on me for Christmas in July. Christmas in July, I will watch Rudolph on TV, and that is it.
How about you, Elle?
No, I will not read a Christmas book in July. I will listen to Christmas music for like the whole Christmas in July thing, but I won't. I won't read a Christmas book because it's hard to get into that winter vibe unless they're in like if it's a California or like island themed Christmas book. I can do that.
I can't.
I can do that because it's easier to be like, oh well, it doesn't really feel like Christmas if they're in Bermuda.
Christmas on the beach in the sand, you know.
Like, let's just be honest. That's my life goals right there. Christmas on the beach in the sand, but in December at Christmas time.
No, that's just so weird. That's weird to me.
I'll be the weirdo. I would rather read it in like July than now because now I'm just like kind of sick of Christmas. It's everywhere in your face. Like, okay. I don't want to read like a 200, 300 page book about it when I like closing in on me. So I would read it in the summer.
Plus, you're Scrooge. You're a Scrooge. I'm just like picturing you walking around going, I hate people. Like,
let me tell. I go into the store. And I'm like, get move. Like they just, what's over here? Like, get out of the way. Don't you have a list? Let's go. The South moves so much slower. I'm from New York. I can't do it. Move your butts.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's different though, because when I go down south too, it's like, hello, today.
Yeah, come on. Move them feet. Oh my gosh. Okay, and then would you rather read, the last one, would you rather read a book that is taking place during Christmas or that is focused on Christmas? Pam?
One that's focused on Christmas, I think. Like, I want to if I'm jumping into a Christmas book, I want it to like be all encompassing Christmas, just like give me the whole Christmas vibes and feel, not just like little bits and pieces here. Like, give me the Christmas.
How about you, Will?
Yeah, I agree with that. I want it to focus on Christmas, all the Christmas parts, like the whole like gift giving and the spirit of Christmas and all that. Not just like, oh yeah, today's Christmas, boom. Yeah. It's all about the leading up to Christmas that is important to me anyway. What about you?
Well, I'm Scrooge. So I don't want it to focus on Christmas. I want it to take place during like, the week leading up to Christmas, but not be like, hey, we got to go shopping and wrap these. But like they could be wrapping presents while the rest of the plot is going on. But I don't want it to be like, okay, we're going to do this Christmas thing, this. No.
I was definitely waiting for you to be like, they can wrap Christmas presents while fighting off the dragons and like.
Yeah,
one hand with the Scotch tape, the other with the sword, like.
Get out of here.
Oh gosh, I love it. I love it. Hey, we want to hear from you guys. What is your all-time favorite Christmas book? We are looking for recommendations. Ellen and I are looking for recommendations. Amber's not going to be looking for recs until July. But we would love to hear from you guys. Let us know which books should we be jumping into for the rest of December as we're gearing up to celebrate. Let us know. Give us a shout out and tag your favorite author who's written a YA Christmas book. And let them know why you're tagging them. Speaking of which, we also want to hear from you. Which author would you love to see on the show? Jump into the comments, tag them, and tell us why you want to see them on the show so that we know why we should have them on, and they know why you're tagging them and why they should come hang out with us on the show. And as always, you can join us for more episodes of Young Adult Edition. Next week, we have our annual Christmas party. We will be festive and fun and dressed up, Santa hats, elf ears. We really don't know, except for maybe Amber, who's coming as Ebenezer Scrooge. Let us know.
Krampus.
Did you guys see that snowflake my husband made? That's totally off topic, but it looks like, I was like, oh, you made a Krampus one? Krampus, whatever his name is. Sorry.
I didn't see this, no. I feel like you need to post it in the comments when we're done, though.
I will.
That's so much fun. Join us next week for our annual Christmas party where Amber might just show us the Krampus snowflake live and in person. Every single Monday, Wow, that was hard. Every single Monday, we are live at 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific, right here on Facebook.com/KMRobinsonBooks. Stay tuned because next week we have a major announcement about this. It's coming. It's big. It's huge. 2020 is going to be our year, friends. And we have some huge announcements we are dropping next week at the end or the middle or the beginning of our Christmas party. It might just be through the entire party. We can't wait to let you know what is going to be going on in 2020 because we are growing, expanding, changing up what we're doing. And we've got some really cool things coming your way with amazing guests that you guys have been asking for months and months and months. So stay tuned. Big things are happening. We cannot wait. Join us next week for the Christmas party, 10 a.m. right here on Facebook.com/KMRobinsonBooks. Before we let you guys go, we need to let everybody know where you can find us. So, Elle, where can everybody hang out with you?
You can find me at elbeaumontbooks.com. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook, which is elbeamontbooks. You can find me on Twitter, which is elbeaumont. You can also find me on TikTok, which is elbeamontbooks. And you can find me on YouTube, which is elbeaumont.
And Amber, where can everyone find you?
My website is amberrduel.com. I'm on Facebook, Amber R. Duel Author, Twitter, AmberR_Duel, and Instagram and TikTok at Amber R. Duel.
And of course, you can come hang out with me, KMRobinsonBooks.com, where we've got world portals, behind the scenes, videos, fan art, character art, all sorts of amazing bonus stories, including our Christmas shorts, which you can also find Els on her blog. Make sure you grab those while you can. And of course, you can come hang out with me, KMRobinsonBooks, at Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, IGTV, YouTube, and TikTok for all of the fun. If you guys missed it, we got a brand new YouTube channel for Young Adult Edition this week. Go check it out because we're dropping all of the book world news over there. And we're expanding and doing some extra things, more of what we will be talking about next week at our party. We will see you next week right here at Facebook.com/KMRobinsonBooks for all the fun, 10 a.m. Come wearing your Santa hats, post pictures, and we might just share them online. Until next week, we hope you have a great time reading in on those Christmas books that we were chatting about today. And let us know which ones we should be looking at in the next week. See you at the Christmas party. Until then, have a great week.